Welcome back, ladies and gents, for the next part of A Vampire Night Before Christmas. And you're about to see the climactic fight to save Christmas. Right, now then, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Tommy took a deep breath, gripped the file tightly, and then charged at Anna Maria's back, jumped forward, and wrapped his arms around the Vampire Queen's neck. "Tommy, what are you doing?" Death yelled, who now stood between the Vampire Queen and Tommy's companions. "I'm helping you cure her, Grandpa!" Tommy yelled as he then unscrewed the bottle of the phial and raised it towards the Vampire Queen's mouth. "I know you're in there, Nancy. Don't you worry, my dear. I'll get you out and stop this monster once and for all," Tommy groaned as he pulled the phial to her mouth and tipped it down her throat. There was a loud bang and an explosion of bright green smoke. Everyone coughed and spluttered. Then, when the smoke cleared, Nancy Claus stood before them with Tommy and the North Pole elves beside her. "Nancy, is that you? Truly you?" Santa asked attentively. Nancy looked up at her husband and then ran into his arms. Tommy and Jonah walked over to their grandfather, who dusted down his cloak and robes. "Thank you, Grandpa. You saved us and Christmas," Jonah said. Death smiled toothily at them. Then he turned to Santa and Nancy. "Before you go out to deliver the presents across the world, I have a gift for you both. Not only is Nancy cured of the vampire spirit, but you both have eternal youth," Death said with a smile. Then he snapped his fingers and there was a sudden flash of white light. Everyone was left stunned by what they saw before them. It was Santa and Nancy Claus. But Santa's hair and beard were now auburn red, and the lines of age on his face were lessened. But Nancy's hair was now pure golden yellow, and she was a lot thinner than before. Death had made them young again. "Thank you, my old friend, for this gift to my wife and I," Santa said in his jolliest voice. Then he and Death embraced each other, with Nancy beaming broadly at Death. Tommy glanced at his watch. It was only 45 minutes till midnight. "Santa, we need to get you ready to deliver the presents. We haven't got long till midnight," he stammered. Santa and Death broke their embrace and looked at Tommy and Jonah. "I can't do this alone, boys. I will need your help. If you would like to come with me," Santa asked them kindly. Death smiled toothily at them. I think that is a great idea. Tommy and Jonah Davidson, helping Father Christmas bring joy to children all over the world," he said kindly. Nicola, Beth, and Dylan all chimed in. "You boys should go. Help Santa," Dylan said excitedly. "This is a brilliant chance. Help bring joy to the children of Earth. Nicholas said in an excited voice. Beth looked at Tommy, who was rather uncertain, then smiled and took his hand in hers. Tommy, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You and Jonah can not only bring joy to the world, but help with your grandfather's oldest friend, Beth said softly. Tommy smiled and nodded. Okay then, let's do it. Let us bring joy to the children of Earth and save Christmas, he said in a voice filled with passion and hope. 28 minutes later, Santa's sleigh was loaded with his sack full of presents. All his reindeer were tethered at the front, and both he, Tommy, and Jonah were ready to go. Good luck, my boys, Death said cheerily. Tommy and Jonah nodded and waved to everyone. All right then, time to deliver the presents to the peoples of the world. Let's go, boys, Santa boomed. Then he reined in the harness and the reindeer galloped out of the landing strip of the workshop and off into the twilight. Merry Christmas to all, and a Happy New Year! Tommy and Jonah called as they flew with Santa to aid him, all while Nancy, who was now fully cured of the vampire spirit, along with Death, Beth, Nicola and Dylan, watched on with broad smiles upon their faces, knowing that Santa and Nancy were cured and Christmas was saved. The end. And a very Merry Christmas. Now, I can show you the illustrations of each character if you like. Right, here are the first. There's Tommy. And there is Jonah Davidson. There is Beth Edwinson. There is Nicola Fisherman. There is Dylan Hackwood. There is Nancy Claus, or before he became young again. There, of course, is Santa Claus before he became old. Well, before he became young, I mean. There is Santa as a vampire. Pretty scary. There is Nancy Claus possessed by the vampire Queen Anna Maria. There is Santa's cure. Of course, there is Santa and Nancy when they were made young again for all eternity. There is the Grim Reaper. There is Santa's vampire coffin. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this story, and if you'd like to see my other Christmas story, The Night Before Gifts Watch, then do check that out as well. But, of course, a very Merry Christmas to you all, and a Happy New Year.